So we're doing a reading tonight to see what your strengths and weaknesses are. And we have 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So take a minute to get in touch with your intuition to see which pile you are drawn to. Remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I'm not trying to judge or criticize anyone, but sometimes it's nice to know what our weaknesses are so we can work on them to overcome any challenges going forward. We also have some advice in doing that. And we're going to get started on pile 1. So first I'm going to get all these cards laid out. I might read them on the way, but we'll see. Okay, these are the strengths and these are the weaknesses. So we have throat chakra. Be confident, assertive, and unafraid of expressing your truth to the world. Communicate from a place of love, empathy, and healthy boundaries. So you're somebody who really has very good boundaries, healthy boundaries. You're somebody who's able to express themselves and who's able to be truthful and unafraid of the outcomes. Somebody who's very assertive in situations. Free yourself from the chains that bind. So you're somebody who really doesn't let anything hold you back. You're somebody who overcomes any of the traumas or pains in your life to be able to move forward unrestricted. Someone who's very passionate, fiery, creative, innovative. Somebody who has a lot of interesting and different perspectives on things. Who might open the eyes of others a lot with your ideas. Somebody who loves life, is very outgoing. Confidence. In this moment, I take a step back and I look at myself with the pride of a good mother. I see an abundance of abilities and talents that show up all the time in big and little ways. If I could stick myself on a refrigerator, I would. I would invite all the neighbors over and say, look at that. You can believe, or can you believe what an A plus that is? So you're somebody who's very confident. You're somebody who knows your worth. You're somebody who really takes pride in yourself and really is able to see all of your accomplishments and to enjoy those accomplishments, to acknowledge those accomplishments. You're not somebody who buries your accomplishments. You're somebody who knows your worth. King of Wands. Having courage to go after what you really want. Bold, courageous, innovative, calculated risk taker, protective, self-love, hard work, supportive, creative, good ideas, inspiring, knows what's best for you, knows what you want, working hard for what you want, passionate. So you're somebody who knows what you want, you're ready to work hard for it. You're somebody who's very creative, passionate, innovative, somebody who's hardworking, somebody who's inspiring, somebody who's a leader, somebody very bold and filled with courage and confidence, somebody who knows what they want and is ready to go after it. Taking action to express ideas, playful, sassy, flirty, abundance from new thoughts and ideas, knowing what you want and going after it. Yet again, you're somebody who's very playful, sassy, flirty, somebody who really is able to enjoy life, somebody who's able to express yourself, somebody who's very creative and innovative, somebody who really is able to turn your thoughts and ideas into actions, is able to turn your thoughts and ideas into abundance, is able to bring new perspectives to people through creativity. And somebody who goes after what they want, once again. And then we have Five of Wands. You're somebody who understands conflicts or confusing times. You're somebody who understands the conflicts within yourself. Somebody who has came out of confusion. Somebody who sees things from a different perspective, like I was saying earlier. Somebody who causes a lot of changes in thinking and who is really able to be open-minded and change your thinking if it's necessary. You're somebody who sees what's worth fighting for. You're somebody who's sassy, competitive, somebody who fights for what you want thoughts-wise. So you're somebody who makes sure that you always keep your thoughts in a positive, upbeat way, or tries to anyway. You're somebody who can be very competitive, somebody who can be very just like a spitfire in a way. Really very fiery. It has it a lot in here. You got all wands cards, which are all fire cards, plus the passionate, fiery, creative. So you're somebody who could also be a leader in some like spiritual manner, or some, you could be a teacher of some kind, but probably not a teacher as much as just a leader. So for negative traits, we have co-create your destiny, ask and have faith, but put in the work too. So King Wands is somebody who has a lot of faith a lot of times as well. So you might be somebody who has that faith and no, because it's very hardworking. So you're somebody who may have a lot of trouble with having faith or asking. Maybe you have, because faith and hard work are both in here, but the asking is that you might have a really hard time asking anyone for help, especially being somebody who's so fiery, passionate, and such a leader. Sometimes it's very hard to take for yourself or to ask others to help you with things. Know your worth and don't accept less. So you might be somebody who maybe puts yourself on the back burner and really accepts a lot less than what you're worth. You could be somebody who may be accepting in your life right now something that is totally unworthy of you. You might have some self-esteem issues a little bit. You might not see that you're this amazing person over here, and so you don't feel you are worth having somebody as amazing as yourself come in. Extroverted, open-minded, versatile, talkative. So you might be somebody who really has a very hard time with being open-minded. You might be somebody who might be a little bit judgmental or overly critical on others at times. You could be somebody who really has a hard time balancing multiple things at once. And maybe you might talk a little too much. Maybe you interrupt people at times. And either you could be somebody who doesn't get out of the house much, and maybe you need to work on being more extroverted. Or you could be somebody who is so extroverted to the point that they have a hard time sitting back and relaxing. Maybe have a hard time stopping the go, possibly. We have forgiveness. Congratulations, you're being given the most powerful superpower there is, forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. So you might be somebody who's a little bit judgmental, somebody who really has a hard time being around a lot of people, because when we're judgmental of others, we're expecting everyone else to be judgmental of us as well. You might be somebody who doesn't talk as much about yourself because you're so worried what other people are going to think, or vice versa. And you might need to work on forgiving yourself and others, being a little more open-minded, work on opening yourself up to the idea that everyone is different and everybody has different things about them, and no one's going to be judging you. And even if they are, it doesn't really matter, because it doesn't affect you in any way. Not as long as you don't let it. And this is letting it. When you let it get to you to the point that you can't handle being around other people, or you can't accept other people either. You can't be comfortable around them, and they can't be comfortable around you because there might be some judgment in there. Whereas if you release that judgment of yourself and others, you're more able to be fully yourself and more able to draw in people that are more like you to you, so that everyone can be comfortable around each other. Birds of a feather flock together. Working hard, take a break. Two of a kind. Learning, teaching. Inner work is tough but worth it. Overcoming any obstacles, learning, growing. Willing to learn through rest and inner reflection. So you might not be somebody who likes to take the time to dive deep within yourself. You might really have a hard time understanding who you belong around, and it's because you don't take that time to go within yourself. You might not take so much time for inner work to heal the past, which would really help with forgiving yourself and others in the past, and it would really help with being able to release any of the judgments you're having about yourself or others as well. Hard, grueling journey to knowledge. Taking responsibility, gaining information, honorable intentions, right place, right time, enjoying the physical pleasure, slow movement towards goals, bringing the message of truth, knowledge, or commitment, learning and putting lessons to use. So you might be somebody who has a hard time putting to use the lessons you've learned through your journey. You might be somebody who might repeat the same past mistakes at times because you hold on to things. You might be somebody who maybe has put on a front of having honorable intentions, or as being committed to something when you really weren't sure and you were doing it for others and not yourself. So you may not have kept that commitment in the long run. You might be somebody who enjoys physical pleasure to the point of not placing a higher value on yourself and not really going after what you truly want in others, because you are going after what other people feel you should be going after instead of what you feel you should be going after, if that makes sense. That you're somebody who puts in all this hard work, but in all this hard work for others, not for yourself, because of what others think you should be doing or feel you should be doing, when really you should be going after what you want instead, because you're somebody who really knows what they want, and you really have the courage to go after it, and the passion and the fire to make your dreams come true if you let go of what everyone else thinks and wants for you. We have this Six of Cups, which is joy equally shared, deeply rooted connections emotionally, reconciliation, sweet, free, past life, soulmate, childlike love, unconditional love, high vibrations, remembering good times and feeling connected, equal emotional gives and take. Through shared joy, you can scale any mountain. So you might have a hard time being able to give and take equally emotionally. You might have had a lot of past scars and trauma that took away that innocent, free love of a child, that took away that unconditional love. You might be somebody who really has a hard time connecting to other people. Somebody who might have some very deeply rooted emotional scars that cause you to really work very hard on things that really don't mean a whole lot to you. Maybe they mean something to the people you're trying to impress, or like, not to sound bad or anything, but like you know, when your parents really wanted something from you and really wanted you to be a certain way, and you work really hard and strive really hard to be that, instead of realizing that you are exactly what you are meant to be, and you are worthy exactly the way you are. As long as you open yourself up to the idea of going after what you truly want instead of what others want for you. So anyway, your advice cards. Rise to the occasion. Let fear breed courage within. Yeah, find that inner strength and that inner courage to be able to overcome any challenge and face any obstacle, to be able to go after what you want, no longer worried what anybody in your life thinks, because the ones who really matter in your life will still be there once you go after your dreams and see how happy you are for going after them. Be grateful for the little things. We take so much for granted when we don't take the time to smell the roses. So being able to be present and in the moment, seeing all those little things around you to be grateful for. Like just being able to open your door and see a squirrel running across your fence in the morning. Being able to hear the birds chirping and the sun shining. Being able to hear the laughter of a child. Being able to... There's a lot of things we can do these days too that people didn't used to be able to do. We can hop in a bathtub and draw a bath and take a bath with no problem. People used to have to haul water up and down the stairs 50 times to fill up a bathtub after heating the water over a fire. You know, so there's a lot of things to be grateful for in this life, and taking the time to be grateful for those things and to be grateful for your situation exactly the way it is now, but also being able to rise up to the occasion and face whatever you need to face head on to go after what you want. Slow and steady always wins the race. Don't let anxiety take that finish away. So understanding that it's a journey and it takes a while. It takes a long time sometimes to get through things, to overcome things. Be patient with yourself and be understanding, compassionate, and know that if you just set one goal at a time and take those steps and move forward one step at a time, you'll be able to succeed. And we also have a need to be more open-minded, to get more in touch with your intuition, to protect your energy, and to be able to be more open is the biggest thing about this pile. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this reading. That's what I got for this pile. I really hope you enjoyed this. Have a beautiful night. So for pile 2, in this pile there's a need for heart healing, for compassion, forgiveness, empathy. There's a need to love yourself more fully and to be able to really feel that love within yourself so that you can shine that love outside yourself. This is about heart healing. So, what are your strengths? We have crown chakra. Everything is connected. You are never alone. Trust and have faith in your connection to the multitude. So you're somebody who truly believes that you are never alone, that there is always someone there with you, whether it's your guides, your angels, your God, your higher self, your ancestors. There's always someone with you. There's always that connection, and the energy is all connected. And you're somebody who really feels that and truly knows that. Love yourself first. Find peace within. We were just talking about loving yourself. So you're somebody who is able to find that self-love. You're somebody who knows that you need to be able to love yourself first and find peace within so that you can move forward, because you don't want to be filling any kind of void in your life with external things. You want to be able to be complete in and of yourself. Loyal, loving, sweet, caring. You are somebody who's very... I just thought of a golden retriever for some reason, but you're somebody who's really just very loving. Somebody who would be there to make somebody breakfast in the morning and make sure you were there to see them off at night or in the morning or whenever they leave. But somebody who's always there waiting, somebody who's patient, somebody who's kind, somebody who's compassionate, understanding, and very sweet. Follow your heart. You're somebody who puts your heart first too. I am always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes, and when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. So you're somebody who really trusts in your heart and really believes and has faith in your intuition and in what direction your heart leads you in. You're somebody who leans on that for guidance. You're somebody who really understands what truly matters in life. Healing fears, no more blocked thoughts, taking action to balance thoughts and envision a brighter future. Hard work, clearing karma and fears. Ships coming in for hard work. So, you're somebody who has really put in a lot of work and effort towards healing yourself from the past trauma and pain. Somebody who has really overcome a lot, who has really broken a lot of chains and has balanced their thoughts, has been able to overcome a lot of things, and has a lot of abundance coming their way for this. Somebody who's been able to clear out any past behavior patterns or any karma or any fears or pains, guilt or shame, to dream of a brighter future and to bring it to yourself. You're somebody who is able to release the past and take responsibilities for the outcome. Somebody who knows that perseverance pays off. Somebody who's able to leave behind old views and change your perspectives when needed. Somebody who is reliable, hardworking, and does your part. Someone who knows that actions build success. Someone who takes responsible actions. Someone who's able to release burdens. Someone who knows that you are love. Someone who is able to grant forgiveness like magic. Someone who has been through a lot and has been very heavily burdened at times in their life, but somebody who is able to understand other people's burdens as well and able to forgive them for projecting those onto others. Someone who's able to release the past and someone who's able to move forward. Someone who is able to take responsibility for your own growth and push forward, knowing that if you work at it, you will succeed. Balanced thoughts